Good morning, everybody. Today's SPaG lesson is about pronouns for cohesion. So we are going to be thinking about possessive pronouns and relative pronouns. Okay, so remember possessive pronouns tell us something belongs to us or something else. So for example, he, she, they, them, us, we, things like that. And then relative pronouns begin our relative clauses and they tell us what is being referred to. So which noun is being referred to. Okay, and we'll be thinking about that a little bit more in a minute. So you are going to have two different styles of questions. So some of them will simply be picking the right word, listing words from the text, and some of the others will be giving a bit more of an explanation about which is being used, which style of pronoun is being used, and possibly why they have been used. Okay, so the first kind of question you might have is this. So it says, look at paragraph 3, write a list of all the personal or possessive pronouns and list all of the relative pronouns in the paragraph. If a pronoun appears several times, only write it once. So obviously you would read the text first, so let's do that. Lydia had to be fast and she had to be accurate. Mount Foden was at least 30 miles away and the accident sounded like a bad one. If the climber was trapped on the south side of the mountain, landing would be very tricky indeed. She was glad Akamu who had been on over 100 missions, was accompanying her. He was busily working out exactly where the climber had fallen. She trusted him to get it right. It's not looking good, Lids, Akamu's voice buzzed into her headset. It's a south side landing. Do you remember those waterfalls which I flew past last year? The ones that look golden if you catch them at the right time? I'm afraid it looks like that's where we're heading. It's going to be a tough pickup. Mount Foden slowly came into view. As they crossed onto the south side, Lydia recognised the falls, which she now recalled having seen before. White water crashed and tumbled down a steep furrow in the side of the looming mountain. Somewhere down there, a climber was desperate for help. Lydia touched her necklace, then began the descent. Okay? So that is our short extract from a large narrative there. So it's telling us to look at paragraph 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write possessive or personal, and I'm going to write relative down here because it wants both, doesn't it? Okay. So for possessive, I'm going to take my highlighter. You could do this too, or you might just want to look quickly across it. So remember, we're not looking for their names, we are looking for the pronouns. So we've got the word she. We have got the word, let's see. We have got the word her. Mount Foden slowly came into view, and we've got the word they. Remember, they is a pronoun for multiple people. So they are our possessive, and then, sorry, there is another one. It's. It is one of them too, but I can't seem to find it. So they are a possessive pronoun. So we've got they. Oh. She, her, and it. And then our relative pronouns, there was just one that I could recall or find, which was which. So our relative pronoun, oh, it didn't change colour, was which, okay? So that is all you need to do for that style of question. Okay, so as simple as that. Then our next one, it uses the same text. It says, in paragraph 1, who or what is referred to by both the personal pronoun he and the relative pronoun who. So I'm going to go and find those in the text. So I'm looking for he and who. So I've got here, she was glad that Akamu, who had been on over 100 missions, was accompanying her. He was busily working out exactly where the climber had fallen. So we can see the noun that it was referring to is Akamu, isn't it? Okay, it's not talking about Lydia because obviously we know he is the male pronoun. If it was the girl, it would have been she. And the who is referring to Akamu because it's telling us he'd been on hundreds of missions. So the answer is, oh, I need a capital letter for his name because it's a proper noun, is Akamu. Okay. Then the next one, Jack adds the following relative clause to his sentence from paragraph 2. Akamu's voice, something lacked its usual optimism, buzzed into her headset. So it's saying, should we use the relative pronoun who or the relative pronoun which? So Akamu's voice, who lacked its usual optimism, buzzed into her headset, or Akamu's voice, which lacked its usual optimism, buzzed into her headset. If you think back to when we did about relative clauses in our English lessons, you might remember that we said that who refers to people, doesn't it? And in this relative clause, it's not referring to Akamu, is it? It's referring to his voice. So I'm not referring directly to a person, I'm referring to a thing, which is why I'm going to say that which is the relative clause that I need to use. Okay? So remember, who always refers to a person. And then this is where our answer style changes a little bit. So it's looking for an explanation. So let's read the text first. The thinnest member of the team nodded. He fiddled with a button on his watch, and the fingers and toes of his suit turned a dull blue. Without a word, he disappeared up the lab's concrete wall, clinging and crawling like a lizard. Then the question is, Tamara adds a relative clause to the following sentence from paragraph 3. The thinnest member of the team, which was also a genius with technology, nodded. She uses the relative pronoun which, so I'm going to highlight that. She's used the relative pronoun which, okay? It asks us, has she used the correct relative pronoun? Explain how you know. Okay, so we know that that is incorrect. So we know she is incorrect because who refers to a person. Okay. Oh, sorry. So because which doesn't refer to a person, they needed to use the pronoun who. Okay, so remember the thinnest member of the team is a person, so we need the correct pronoun, which is who. Okay, so here are your questions. So you have got two sets. You've got this set and this set. Okay, you can zoom in on them if you need to, or you can print them if you would like to as well. And then on the next page are the answers for when you are ready. If you need any help, please let Miss Wetton and I know, or Mr. Bates, Mr. Grocott, and somebody will get back to you as soon as they can.